Dynamite, row number 2 of Kyle Busch and TJ Smith. Cole Schroeder and Cameron LaRose, Brent Cruz and Josh Fisher, Max Crabtree and Jake Nail, Cash Lovenburg and Kevin Bayer. The top 12, 13 and 14, Brock Barrett, Ryder McCutcheon.
Once we get through this one, we'll start to get a good idea of the movers and shakers as far as who's going to make the top 16 cutoff to make Saturday night's lock-in spots. But again, a heavy hitting field in this second qualifier for the WFO Winged Outlaws. Kyle Busch inside row number 2. As the green flag is in the air, line gain contact there on the initial drop of the rag, and Garrett Benson is going to pull around the outside of the lead, and trying to come with him is TJ Smith, the former non-wing. We got one upside down in a big way right at the work area, right at the entrance to the racetrack down the ramp, and one went just about as high as the letters on the poles there.
Ryder McCutcheon, the driver that you see upside down over in that area.
Some serious hang time. Caught the end of that off of my peripheral vision. As the safety crew is quickly there. And once Brian Ward gets in position, he can let us know what he sees. But I can't imagine there's much left of this race car, at least on the front end.
Well, the good news is a thumbs up from officials. They're still talking to Ryder in there, but he's nodding his head. He's trying to undo his helmet. Got a thumbs up from one of the officials. But yeah, lots of front end damage. I saw it from right here in turn number 3, what you saw from the corner of your eye. He was up there in the cables like we saw in the opposite corner earlier today.
Couple big ones, Brian, here in the last probably 2 hours between what Cannon Posey went through in turn 1 and now McCutcheon, as you see him get assistance out of the race car. But good to see the driver is out. And now the process to get that car off the racetrack and get us settled back in. That's the other thing too, Caleb, being, these drivers have been sitting there these first couple of qualifiers for quite some time. When we had that long break, you have a lot of time to think about what you need to do, and sometimes thinking leads to overthinking and some aggressive moves. Now, we don't know what happened in this situation, but here just in general, a lot of tense nerves as they come down the racetrack.
Thinking sometimes leads to overdriving. We're going to get a look at seeing what happened.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, the height on that and the speed in which it happened. So watch from the Rod and Supply speed cam. Yeah, he was up towards the top shelf of the grandstands over there in that corner.
Unbelievable.
Goodness gracious. Has points in his pocket, and that's never a bad thing.
206 unofficially as Wikipedia starts to update the unofficial points. So right now, really tight at the top. Tommy Koonsman taking over high points with 213, 212 for Chris Carroll after just salvaging that 4th place finish. Matt Carr, Tyler Lupton right now the top 4. But again, that will change in a hurry once we get through a couple more of these. But unofficially, Tommy Koonsman with 213, that's your high point.
All right, Line Gang versus Benson, round number 2 here on Qualifier 2. See if everybody can settle down and put 10 straight laps together.
Garrett Benson was kind of hoping the initial start went as he took the lead. He's going to try to do it again from the outside of the front row, but Line Gang got a good shot off of turn 4. He'll lead the charge down the back straightaway to turns 3 and 4, but it's Benson and Smith to the outside. Kyle Busch moving in 4th.
Much better start for Line Gang, like you said. And look at that little twitch he made on the front straightaway. Just to get Benson to hiccup the throttle for a second enough going into the corner. Benson now knows he's going to have to be right side by side with Line Gang down the straightaway to avoid getting stuffed in the wall. He is there. He drives around and into the 3rd corner and off it. We've got a new leader, Garrett Benson.
Yeah, Line Gang just got the berm just a little bit center off of turn 3 and 4, upset the race car and around the outside with Benson. Meanwhile, checking out Kyle Busch in the 51's got company as Busch dealing with Cole Schroeder. Make that, yes, Cole Schroeder. So Schroeder gets by in 4th, Busch back to 5th, and Brent Cruz, who's already on the pole or on the front row of an A-main on Saturdays, looking to add to another one, making that 11 car, that Kevin Harvick golf carts machine, track down Cole Schroeder.
Left-hand side of your screen is the battle for second with Line Gang and Smith. Smith sniffing all over the rear bumper of Aiden Line Gang. Line Gang has a little pad. Smith after it. Meanwhile, right side of your screen, Brent Cruz picking up and dispatching Cole Schroeder. Schroeder wants it back, getting into 3.
These two absolutely getting after it the last 3 or 4 laps, and Brent Cruz, no stranger to throwing haymakers, but Cole Schroeder says anything you can do, I can do better. Trying to do it again, he does, as Cruz slips up on the cushion in turn 2. We're winding down this one, 2 laps to go. These guys duking it out for the 5th spot as Kyle Busch drives away in 4th.
Great display of some of the young talent we've got here at the Tulsa Shootout. Cruz gets to the bottom to try to prevent the slider this time, as you're going to take a look at your leader, the G-Man, Garrett Benson, down the back straightaway with the battle for second in screen behind him. And Benson takes the win in Wayne Down Clock Qualifier. Following him up, it is line gang, Smith, Busch, and Cruz over Schroeder in 6th.
Not a ton of big movers at the front. I mean, a 7-5 from Brent Cruz.
105 from Benson is going to be a pretty good score in this one.
Yep, 2-1 for him. And again, he was right around